I'm Matt Davis with Nectar Apiaries. I got started beekeeping basically about 6 years ago. I saved a barrel colony of bees out of the wall of a shop where I was working, and from there it just kind of snowballed into something much bigger. I've rescued hundreds of colonies of bees, and as you can see, I have lots of bees that I take care of. I choose to keep bees because I know how important it is to our environment, and it gives me a sense of satisfaction that I'm able to do something that I actually feel like it kind of makes a difference. Without honeybees or other native pollinators, we would have empty shelves in the grocery store. We'd be unable to feed the world's population. They play a very significant role in our economy due to their need for honeybees to pollinate commercial agricultural crops. I was doing removals on a part-time basis along with working my other job, and then it got to where I couldn't do both at the same time, so I chose to pursue the beekeeping and doing live honeybee removals, giving people an alternative to exterminating them. I strive to be able to provide an affordable alternative to exterminating honeybees. I think the biggest challenges of starting a new business are getting your name out there, trying to, build up from nothing to something that's able to self-sustain. If you find that you've had honeybees either collect as a swarm in your yard or find a place inside of your house or in a tree where they're setting up a hive, the best thing to do is immediately contact someone like myself. Don't spray any chemicals on them. Don't do anything until somebody advises you on what the path is to take in that particular situation. When bees get inside a hollowed out tree, it can be tricky because there's usually only two ways to get the bees out of the tree without actually cutting the tree down. I basically force the bees out using a mixture of essential oils that are non-toxic to the bees and a smoker. And I basically drive the bees out of the tree, and I'm just watching for the queen to come out, and once the queen comes out, I capture her, put her in a cage, and stick her inside of a box. And after a short while, the rest of the bees will join her in the box. The other means of getting bees out of a tree, or say a concrete block wall, something that can't be cut open, is called a trap out. And basically you are allowing the bees to get out of their hive but not back in, and over a period of time the bees will move from inside of the wall into a box with some comb that I've provided for the bees to move into. With an open air hive, they're probably the easiest. Everything's exposed out in the open. Basically you're slowly dissecting their hive, looking for the queen so you can capture her, and the same thing, you put her in a box and the rest of the bees will go into the box once she's in there. The queen will have a much larger body. It's long and skinny. She has a bald spot on the back of her thorax. As a beekeeper, you just kind of get an eye for what they look like. When the rest of the honeybees locate the queen, they will do something to alert the rest of the bees that she's in the box by sticking their butt in the air and fanning their wings. There are newly hatched bees that aren't ready for flight yet, so the other bees will carry them if they need to, or they will all march as kind of a big group into the box if they're able to. Call me, schedule an appointment. I'll come out, look at the situation, decide what's the best course of action to take in that particular situation, and then we can move forward at that point. Give these bees an opportunity to live and do their job, providing us with an invaluable service. I'm Matt Davis with Noble Nectar Apiaries. Thanks for checking out my story.